All right. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. Hey.
Congratulations, Red. You win a big prize. I just don't know what the prize is.
He gets to look at us for an hour or so, or 30 minutes, however long he decides to stay.
That's going to make you never show up again. It would make me never show up again.
Well, someone's done left. We done scared one of them away.
Poor Red.
He's like, I'm out of here.
I ain't watching y'all for no hour. How's everybody doing? Who all's on the East Coast getting snow again?
Yeah. We are.
Yep, we are. Just watching the snow, Red. It's been we haven't had 62. Man, I don't know
how are you? Wow.
I don't know how you doing it, Red. I really don't.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, it's been cool and it's been snowy.
Very snowy.
And we're getting snow now again.
Good evening, Tim.
Somebody just texted the business phone.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, how are you?
Wonder if it's Jerry and Ian. Well, they're really texting.
Yeah,
I'll go grab it.
It might be Jerry and Ian. Hope everybody but Red. I hope y'all staying warm and cozy and Jerry blowing the business phone up. What's he saying?
Brother Ian and I can't make it tonight. Tell Miss Hillbilly we said hello on each other.
Well, Jerry and Ann can't make it tonight, so they must be busy. They said tell everybody howdy. Wow. Yeah, I know y'all been cool down there too. I watched some other people on YouTube and y'all had snow and everything else down there. So yeah. Wow. How deep down in Alabama are you, Jeff? You don't have to tell me exactly where you're at. North, central, southern? Yeah, I know, Pete. Y'all been cold too in South Texas. My brother lives in Oklahoma. They were single digits. What, Monday? Sunday?
Sunday,
yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, I know. Everybody's cold. But we're finally getting some snow to go with the cold. But we haven't had any snow for several years, so it's time.
It's making me happy.
Yeah. 72 today.
Wow.
Wow. Frozie's water filtered yesterday in Alabama and 72 today. North Alabama, near Coleman. Tell me where Coleman's at.
Right.
What was that? Where you guys at? You got 14 inches of snow last week? Jason got 10 in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all got a little bit more than we got. We only got about 6 the other day. Supposed to get another 6 tonight, tomorrow, and
Saturday.
Lower Alabama.
I was in Lower Alabama not too long ago, and it sure was nice there on the Gulf Shores, to be exact. I'd love to go back. It was beautiful. Beautiful. And what was that is in Massachusetts. So y'all are going to get what we were getting, or is it going out to the ocean?
I don't know whether it's going to track north or go straight east.
I don't know. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's cold up there a bit.
Oh, yeah, it's 10 this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 7 7 yesterday when I got up.
20 this morning.
20, yeah.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
No.
We'll make it.
Yeah.
We'll survive. Hillbillies will survive.
So now that we've got the weather out of the way, invest in PEX for Alabama.
Yeah. Yep. PEX is good stuff. PEX line don't freeze and bust, but the fittings might, but not the PEX line. I'm going to talk about breakers for a few minutes. This is that 12-volt breaker that was in a recent, that I talked about in that Tech Talk video. And I meant to get a 110-volt breaker out of my van today, but I never went to where my van's at. I don't keep it here at the house when it's going to snow because I can't get it out of here. So I put it somewhere else. I meant to go get a 110-volt breaker so I can prepare, but and the reason I'm bringing this up is because that I got so much grief on that short cord video that I done a few weeks ago, where the lady it burned up the end of her cord where it went in her surge protector, burned up her surge protector. So I got so much grief for starting that diagnosis where her complaint was. Her complaint was that her inverter was not working. So that's where I went first. Found out there was no power. I went straight to the breakers because apparently there's a lot of people out there think that breakers don't go bad. Well, I replaced a 12-volt one recently, and over the years, I have replaced dozens and dozens of 110-volt AC breakers because they're a little machine. There's a little thermal thing in there, and it trips. And if it's got moving parts, it can definitely go bad. So that's why that I went to the breakers next. When I found out there was no power at the inverter, went to the breakers because I've seen so many of them fail. But apparently a lot of people out there think that those things can't fail, but they do quite often. So if you're diagnosing a problem and you've got a breaker in the system, be sure and check your breaker.
Just like a fuse too, wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't overcomplicate things. Because that happens a lot also. A lot. And even experienced techs will overcomplicate things or misdiagnose things without going, actually testing, just like I did on that refrigerator on a recent video. I ordered a thermistor, just assuming that the thermistor was bad, and y'all all know, you've seen the video, thermistor wasn't bad. So now I'm sitting on a very odd $80 part that I'll probably never sell. Apparently it was unique to that little, those 4 or 5 cubic foot refrigerators. So absolutely, Jeff. That's why when that lady told me that every time she run the furnace, she had to reach in there and reset this breaker, I knew where I was going. And I can't believe 7 or 8 guys before me didn't go here. She said the cell switch had been replaced many times. It had been taken apart and cleaned. And I know that for a fact because there was at least 4 critical screws missing that somebody didn't put back in the furnace. So yeah. But everybody that worked on it would do something and it would fire up and they go, okay, pay me, I'm out of here. And they'd leave before they ever seen if it actually went through a complete heat cycle, a cool down cycle, and then would go back into a heat cycle. After I repaired that furnace, I was there probably almost an hour and a half, just letting that thing go through its cycles. It went through 3 complete heat cycles and cool down cycles before I ever said, okay, time to pay me because I think it's fixed. So.
Okay, Pete says no power to the water pump. Fuse was fine. Bench tested good. Guess I'm chasing wires.
Sounds like it, Pete. Does that got the inline fuse right there at the pump, or does it have a fuse in your power distribution panel? Because it can have both. So, yeah. Be sure and check the power right there at the pump. Or just check the power right there at the pump.
Tim Tilson was working on a Dometic furnace, and it had the cell switch on the combustion wheel side. And I like to never got it to close. Had to bend it several times to get it working. Have you ever had to do this?
Never seen a cell switch on the combustion wheel side. They're always on the room. Does Dometic have a new furnace I'm not aware of? Yeah, it's always on the room wheel side. What did Dometic call it? The blower wheel, I think is what they call it. Every manufacturer calls it something different.
Philip Morse says hello from frigid Ozarks.
Hey, bud.
Pete says it's panel for sure. Will do. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Julie.
We were waiting for you. Hello. And I love my new camper, and I love my new.
Julie bought Mrs. Hillbilly a camper.
Yes, she did, and
she's a good person.
She is, and here it is. Is it not cute? It's my new camper. It's the only camper I'll ever get, and Julie bought it for me. Not the Hillbilly, but Julie. Thank you, Julie. I love it. Using it, by the way.
Yeah, that's a salt and pepper shaker. If y'all not aware.
Yeah, it's got the little holes in the hood.
So thank you, Julie and Darcy, for that. I'm sure Darcy was involved in that.
Loved it. Hi, Emma, and hello, Elrad from Canada. Both of you came on at the same time. Good to see you guys.
I'm a asshole.
Like that name. I didn't finish it. I just left it at Emma. Okay.
Everybody can see it.
I know. All right, Jason. Seems the combustion side would not produce enough CFMs to trigger the cell switch.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, and Julie says she's glad that I loved it, and Jason says he loves it. Yeah, because y'all know that's going to be the only camper Miss Hillbilly ever gets. So this one was an Atwood DFM 2211.
So it's a medium-sized furnace. Yeah, Tim, I'm pretty sure you might just be confused, but I don't think that cell switch is on the combustion wheel side. Combustion wheel's the little narrow one. It's only about 1.25 inches wide. I mean, I don't know.
Hillbilly might be wrong.
I could be wrong.
Won't be the first time.
They keep building new junk. I haven't seen all the new junk yet.
And Darcy did a good job, Julie. Tell him thank you. I appreciate it. And what a man. Yes.
Well,
what a man.
I'm shocked because men don't do stuff.
And I love. He or she works in the gas field here, and that's why the name. I'm a gas hole. I love it.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you, Philip.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm trying, Philip.
Have you ever been bitten by a snake or a critter on the job?
Critters, yeah. Snakes, nope, not yet. I try to avoid those.
I knocked on some wood for him.
I've been bit by all kinds of critters. Mostly dogs. Customers' dogs. It's always the little yap dogs, yeah.
Oh, because I knocked on the table, Julie. That's funny. Hello there, Bubby.
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, Tony and Tanya.
Hey, guys.
Hope y'all are enjoying your vacation, or are you back?
They should be getting ready to come home, I think.
Yeah, should be.
By the time y'all get to work.
Yeah.
You make the rest of us look bad. We work all the time.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right. Uh,
You still
not
showing
showing
us.
us
Oh,
master keys.
yeah. Well, they're up there in the van too, where everything else is at, and I didn't go there today. I'll remember to do that next time, Elrad.
Write a note. You got a piece of paper right there.
Yeah, but that piece of paper will be
Yes,
off.
Jason, they are ankle biters.
They usually get me on the hands because I'm trying to get to know them, and they usually bite me on the hand.
Worst appliances to have to work on. I'm just starting to get into RVs. I came from industrial boilers, furnaces, etc., and due to the demand up here, there's a market for it.
Oh, man, they all got their quirks. Some, I mean, each one's individual. Sometimes it's really cut and dry. You fix it, know it's fixed, and move on. Other times, like the refrigerator video recently, I fought that because I didn't video 90% of what I did to that refrigerator, and all the times I'm just waiting for 4 or 6 or 24 hours to see what it's going to do, and blah blah blah. And the power was out for almost
3 days.
Almost 3 days, right in the middle of while I'm trying to diagnose that refrigerator. The utility power was out. So we didn't have any power for 3 days. And, it was a nightmare. And I just was chasing my tail, and it's too cold. And, I pulled the plug on that one. But furnaces are terrible, especially the ones that will not come back on. Tony's in here, your friends in the RV business. He'll tell you that furnaces are terrible. I don't know. I think water heaters are probably my favorite thing to work on because they either work or they don't, or they either hold water or they leak water. So I think water heater is probably my favorite.
But his most favoriteest job in the whole wide world is a black tank. He just loves black tanks.
She might be fibbing a little bit.
Just no, I wouldn't lie. No. So, Philip,
no, we don't do any hunting. Just never got involved in that.
We could right now because we've got a whole herd of deer right beside the house that are just. I'm afraid they're going to
attack my cat.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that Tanya was sick. I hate that.
Oh no,
I really do. But I'm glad y'all are home safely. And she says she's not taking any more vacations.
Well,
so I guess we will have to come down and see you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all
gonna make us sick.
No. Julie says she had master keys that they found in the theft camper. They must have been pretty pro because there's a lot of keys.
Yeah, well, I don't have a lot of master keys. Okay. I got a lot of keys.
Okay. Tim says it was there. It was on the blue circuit, but I finally got it to work. Just a heads up in case you run into one. It is a bad design for sure.
So now the little thing on the blue wires is the over temperature switch. It's not the cell switch. I believe that's what you're talking about. Because it's down there where the burner assembly's at, and it's a little disc with two terminals, 2 blue wires on it. Yeah, that's over temperature switch.
Okay. Elrad says on demand water heaters and furnace water heater combos, just because they are more complicated. Oh, that's Elrad's answer to your question, Ima.
Like Aqua Hot or something like that. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, must be.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Ima.
Yeah.
Anthony loves electrical systems.
He loves electrical mysteries. Yes, because Professor Anthony comes out. Professor Anthony, is that right? Professor. The
Professor.
professor. Yes.
The,
Yes. Okay. Okay.
yeah, I believe it's a high limit switch is what Tim is talking about.
Do you do many slide floor replacements?
No, not for a long time. Yeah, I'm just not set up for that kind of work. Because you just about have to have it in a building. For me, if I'm going to replace a slide floor, that slide's coming out of the camper. It's going to get laid on its back. Take the old floor off, put the new floor on, stand it back up, and put it in the camper. You got to have a place to do that, and you got to have equipment.
And you got to have people.
You got to have people. I don't. If any of you guys are in here, I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't like it when people just do it with the slide in the camper. I just don't think it's done properly. That's me. That's my opinion. You know what they say? Everybody's got an opinion. So that's just mine.
Mongo says
Take it for whatever it's worth.
he believes Dometic has a recall on WA thermal.
They might. There's always a recall going on somewhere nowadays, especially. And you can't throw a rock without hitting a recall.
AquaHot is a combo unit most often used in B classes. Have to be certified by the company themselves to get parts. Mongo says, dang. So I'm assuming that dang is for that.
Huh. I'm not certified by AquaHot, but I've always got parts. But now that things I haven't worked on one for a few years, so things could change.
All right, grills and triggers. What's your thoughts on instant water heaters and water waste?
I'm just not a fan of the tankless water heaters at all.
For our area. Yes.
Because our groundwater is too cold. From here north, I don't like them because they only warm the water X number of degrees. And if the water coming out of the ground is 45 degrees, which ours is mostly in the wintertime, it won't heat the water. Now, if you live down the Gulf of Mexico, they'd probably be great because I bet their groundwater, even in the wintertime down there, is probably 70 degrees coming out of the ground.
Pete just noticed your beard.
Yeah, it's coming back, man.
Yeah, it's shorter, Pete, because he had to shave it all off. If you haven't seen that, he had
cancer. If you haven't been around for a while, I had a big cancer removed, and then I had to do chemo cream. It was a whole mess.
Yeah, and it is Professor Link. Yes,
Professor Link. How could I forget that?
Yes, how could we?
Shorter that is. Yeah, well, it's because it was non-existent for quite a few weeks. Or, well, from November 1st to third week of December.
Dometic furnace recall, thermal cutoff wires touching burn tube, fix zip tie.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Oh,
every time I go in there to work on one of them, it looks like the wires would probably touch the flue. So I always just kind of push them up out of the way. Or if it's real bad, I'll put a zip tie on it. So I've done that recall.
Julie says they're getting ready to have a slide out floor repair, and they take it all the way out, and the estimate's $2,700 to $3,000.
Yeah, because it's a lot of labor, Julie.
That
must have been the one you asked me about.
Jeff Steele says, I have AquaHots. I get parts. And I'm not reading that one because he's talking to Elrad, so that's why I kind of jumped over that. Tim, it was the cell switch they used, blue wire that ran through the high limit to the cell switch. So it must be a different.
That must be something I've never seen. So you probably know more about it than I do then.
And Jason, yes, if you are a southern summer camper, those InstaHots are great. But if you are tankless, yeah. Well, they said instant hot up there. Yeah, instant water heaters.
Yeah, well, it's tankless.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I know that if you're a repairman like a lot of the guys in here are, y'all get those painful experiences. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah, Truma is different, Elrad, but I did not realize they did. Are you talking about the one where it's talking about the hot water and the furnace together? I didn't know
Or was
Truma
he
did
talking
that.
about the training?
Because Truma are, yeah, I had to order one Truma part one time, and it took me like a week and a half to get all the paperwork in order and jump through all their hoops just to order a stinking part, a mixing vessel, a little plastic mixing vessel, a pretty good sized plastic mixing vessel in the Trumas that freezes and busts if it gets like 33 degrees. Yeah, I thought I was never going to be able to get that part. So Truma is different. Yeah.
Julie says that they're trying to decide whether they're going to repair the slide or just sell it as it is.
Decisions, Julie.
Exhaust.
Okay. Well, that wouldn't have been a bad idea to be doing the whole time because those wires are always close to that flue. Hello, I mean they run right along it to the end of it.
Aquahot is good until you have to have them repaired.
Yeah, they're awesome till they break. They're so nasty to work on. Man, you look like a coal miner when you get done working on one of them things. You're covered in black soot. Yeah, I've worked on several. Didn't enjoy any of them.
Ima says it feels like it's minus 20 up here. Now, where are you, Ima?
I know you're in gas.
We know you're in Canada.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's in Canada. Yeah. Him and Elrad came on at the same time. They're both from Canada. Right?
I don't
know.
know.
You got me guessing.
I just know he said it was in the gas fields.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where.
I think he said Canada.
Yeah, Mongo. I've fixed them with zip tie too. Or at least just push the wires up out of the way before you slide the flue back in. Yeah, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. Hey, Anthony, you're in here. Chet commented on a video this week that he's involved in like tech group chats. Do you think he's talking? And he said that you were involved in one that he was also. Or was he just talking about like Facebook things, or you guys actually join like where people call you up to get help? Or does anybody have any insight? Is Chet in here? Haven't seen him.
If he is, he hasn't spoken up yet.
Yeah. So does anybody have any insights on those things? 'Cause I'm not aware of that, unless he's just talking about. Oh, well, that's important, Tanya. How you feeling? You feeling better? Let me ask you, Tanya. You didn't have a stomach bug, did you? I got one of them for Christmas, but I was over it by the time you guys got here.
Yeah, you were way over it. No, I never got it.
Nope.
Hey, B.A. Humdinger. Haven't seen you in a while. Probably our last live stream.
Yeah, I know. I know we said we was going to have a couple of these a month, but I think we're slacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This is just the 18th. This is our second one in January, so I guess not.
Too many questions at one time. We threw too many questions at her at one time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tanya. We didn't mean to do that. We are well and we are happy.
Thank you. Happy 2024 to you also, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know.
BA.
BA?
Must have a bad attitude.
Yeah. Wasn't a BA that was on the
The 18.
The 18?
Yep.
Yeah.
He had a bad attitude.
He had a bad attitude. Yeah, sure did.
Oh. Hey, any of you techs out there, have you ever seen a 40,000 BTU furnace yet? Because that one that got that breaker was a 40,000 BTU. I'd never seen one. I don't believe I'd ever seen one. Because Craig commented on that video, and he's like, wouldn't it have been better to put two small furnaces instead of that one big furnace? And I totally agree with that, Craig. That's how it's typically done. I mean, this was a big fifth wheel. I've seen plenty of 35,000 BTU, a single 35,000 BTU furnaces in a fifth wheel, and I've seen a lot of, two 25,000 BTU furnaces, which works great because you've always got a backup. If one takes a dump on you, at least your other furnace you hope will work, so you're not completely out of heat. So yeah, on these bigger units, I'd like to see them put two small furnaces personally, because that 40,000 BTU was a beast.
Jeff Steele says, everyone click the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Jason says once a week is good.
Oh, Tanya says he's involved in several groups. You just don't know about them.
In a mobile home, 50,000 BTU.
Yeah, but we're talking campers.
Yeah. Lots of 35,000 BTUs, Tim says.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen tons of 35, but I had never seen a 40. I knew they made them because I would see them listed on the parts list, What it starts at 25, 35, 40, or 20, 25. I don't know, but I've seen the 40s on the parts list and stuff, but I never seen one in person.
Alma wants to know, are those wired independently or together?
They're wired in a series. Power goes through, I forget. I believe it goes through the cell switch to the high limit, back to the board. If those things are good, then the power gets back to the board.
But I think he's talking about, for me, two furnaces in the camper.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
The two furnaces in one RV. I mean, I knew where you were coming from. He didn't pick up what you were laying down.
It's a two zone. It'll have two separate zones. If you've got Dometic air conditioners with the 10-button thermostat or even the 5-button thermostat, you'll have two zones. So yes, they're on separate zones.
Reels and Triggers wants to know, expanding on my last question with the tankless water heater and water waste, if not one city hookup and using fresh water tank, how much water will you waste before you get hot water at the faucet?
Well, there again, depends on the temperature, ambient temperature and groundwater temperature. Because now in the summertime, they work great here. Our groundwater will be 65 degrees in the summertime. They work fantastic here, just not in wintertime. There's a 20-degree dip in your water, your groundwater temperature, I think is pretty significant. People up north of us probably don't have that much fluctuation because they have to bury their water lines so much deeper. I'm sure it's probably more consistent between summer and winter. But our frost line here is about 36. A foot. Well, they say 36 inches. Nobody buries a water line 36 inches deep here. Anything over a foot here, and you're usually good to go.
Does one stat turn both on?
Can, if it's a multi-zone thermostat like a Dometic 10-button or a Dometic 5-button. And I'm sure, I know Coleman has some digital thermostats that I'm not real familiar with. So that maybe there's more, but I know the Dometic, I've worked on a ton of Dometic 10-button and 5-button thermostats. Yeah, they're multi-zone. The 10-button's up to 4 zones, I think. Never seen them use all four.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was funny on that recent Tech Talk video where we talked about that breaker and my thermometers, and I actually calibrated them. Chet couldn't believe that they were actually spot on, and nor could I. Because Kevin's one that called me out on that, and he said that I have to calibrate those in the ice water, same as the thermistors, and he was exactly right. And I did that, and my thermometers were spot on, exactly 32 degrees.
Hello, Brian Biggs from California. We're from West Virginia, and it's really cold and snowing. All right. Tim would rather work on a Suburban anytime over a Dometic, and they are way cheaper.
Yeah, I will agree with you there. It's just we don't see any Suburbans anymore. It's all Dometic furnaces. So first thing you do is put a cell switch in. My bad. No, you test it first. But yeah, and I couldn't tell you how many Dometic furnace cell switches I've installed in the last how long when did Dometic buy out wood? About what, 7 or 8 years ago? Maybe more. I don't know. Time flies when you get old. And but yeah, ever since they bought Atwood, it's like every furnace job gets a cell switch, even if the cell switch is working. A lot of times, I mean, cell switches are $20. I'll say, hey, while I'm here, would you like to put this $20 part in there, because the one you have will fail. Could be today, tomorrow, next month, but it will fail. Let's put a new one in. Most people go, yes, let's do that.
Good evening,
Hey,
Scott. Okay, Red, go get your pizza. Enjoy it.
Enjoy your pizza.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Phillips wants to know, do I work on tow vehicles? The ones in the front or the ones in the back? You'll have to clarify just a little bit, because the tow vehicle can be in the front of the RV or it can be in the back of the RV.
How can a tow vehicle be in the front? Oh, it could be the vehicle
Be
that's
towing the camper.
Okay,
or the
bad.
motorhome could be towing the vehicle in the back.
Okay, all right. Need to have a replacement cell switch for your replacement cell switch.
Oh, I buy. I mean, I don't buy multiple parts of a lot of things, but when I order cell switches, the Dometic cell switches, I usually get 4 or 5 at a time. Yeah, because you go through them so fast. Oh yeah, Sam commented on that same video, and he said that he calibrates his analog thermometers with a digital. And I answered him back. I said, well, who knows if the digital is correct? You're just assuming it is. And he's like, touche. Just because it's digital don't mean it's perfect.
All right. BA says best way to run 75-foot water line to the fifth wheel without freezing.
Heated hose.
They make those?
Oh yeah, been making them for years.
Oh.
75-foot one's going to cost you at least one arm and one leg, and maybe both arms and a leg, because they are pricey. But man, they're worth it. It's got the built-in heat strip right on the hose with a cover. They're awesome. Just lay them right across the frozen ground or the snow, and the only thing you have to worry about is the ends. You got to protect the ends a little bit. But if your water door is inside your camper, you don't have to worry about that end. Yeah, them things are awesome. They are pricey.
Philip says it's a power truck, tow in front.
Well, not any more than tomorrow's video. So the woman come to pick up her horse trailer, and she told me when she dropped it off that some of the taillights weren't working, or some of the exterior lights weren't working. She didn't know which ones. And I told her, I said, well, when you come back, we'll check your truck because it's probably in your truck. And it was. So, yeah, watch for tomorrow's video.
A few lives back, I asked about a wireless kit for 2-knob Coleman AC unit. I found that Coleman makes a retrofit Bluetooth retrofit kit. It also shuts the fan off when done.
Oh.
Kit for 2-knob
Really?
Coleman AC unit.
That's not anything I've ever seen, Jason. Okay. So you don't have to have a manual air conditioner anymore, manual control. Okay, cool. I did not know that.
Your friends in RV business, because I experience it when really cold, do not turn the water on full blast. This will help it get up to temp, but you need to leave the pressure the same. Do not change.
Yes, with the tank, that's the tankless water heater concerns. I'll tell you what, a lot of my customers do in the summertime. I don't know what to do in the wintertime because they don't get much hot water, but in the summertime, usually your remote's right there, and they'll just put it on the temperature they want. And it's always different for every member of the family, but they'll just put it on the temperature they want and just turn all hot water on, no cold. And they say it works so much better. There's no temperature fluctuations, and they just say that works so much better. But like I said, I don't know what to do in the wintertime. Preheat the water. I don't know.
Vester is from Southwest Virginia. Here, him and his son live in a 35-foot camper for the last 10 years. He replaced his propane furnace once. Only thing wrong with the old one was the fan, but I got a whole new one for $125.
Wow.
You did good.
Yeah, because you'd have paid that for the motor.
Yeah.
You'd have paid more than that for the motors. Yeah, you done good, Vester. Hello, by the way.
Yeah, hello.
And Alan Keys.
Does your hydraulic crimper still work for crimping electrical wires? Mine quit.
I haven't used it a ton. I'm getting ready to use it. I'm getting ready to use it up here in the garage on a project I'm working on for the other channel, the Behind the Curtains, and I will use it. But yeah, so far it's great. Like I say, it's not something I use every day. I've maybe used it a dozen times I've had that thing probably over 2 years. I've used it a dozen times or so. It works fine.
Hey, Jeff, I'll give you some advice. Don't do it. Don't do it. Call somebody and have them do it for you. Just joking. Jeff says, got to replace my Drain Master automatic valve for my black tank. Whoopee for me. Got any advice? I gave you mine.
I think it may have been my very first video, or definitely one of my first 5 videos was on a Drain Master valve. 4.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, they were awesome to work with. I know that. Drain Master was. I called and had a couple of questions because I had never worked on a Drain Master valve, and man, they just went above and beyond. Explaining things to me, explaining why not to do some things, why to do some things, sending me emails with instructions. I mean, they were over the top. So, because I just went ahead and ordered the parts from them, and they, gave me some they gave me some lube and stuff that they would typically charge for. They just throw it in the box. And yeah, they were awesome to work with. I don't know about now, but that was way BC.
Jason says, I can't stand that the fan runs continuously after it's done calling for cool. It just raises the humidity in the RV. And you can be lazy to turn the AC up or down. That's with his remote.
Well,
his Bluetooth remote retrofit kit.
Oh, so it didn't solve that problem? It still runs the fan all the time?
Hey, he said that up here. It will also. Oh no, he said it does shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's got to be way better.
All
Yeah,
right.
because them things are noisy. Nobody has a problem listening to air conditioners as long as there's cold air coming out of the vents. But if there ain't cold air coming, nobody wants to listen to it. They're too noisy.
Esther says hello to you all. Been watching for a few months. I really enjoy your videos.
Well, thank you, Vester.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll hang around for a few more months.
Yeah. Scott says, so what is behind the curtain?
Well, you'll have to go look and see. It's my other channel.
Tell them it's
Hillbilly RV behind the curtain.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description of every video. There's a link on my webpage, my website, all kinds of places. But it's Hillbilly RV behind the curtain.
and it's all behind the scenes, different things
no
that he
RV
does.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen to the noise. Yeah, nobody wants to listen to that mess, Jason. That's why when Dometic first came out with the single zone digital thermostat, and if you put it on the fan speed on low or high, then the air conditioner fan would come on with the furnace. I couldn't tell you how many hundreds of calls I got. I got a big problem. My air conditioner and my furnace on at the same time. No, it's not. It's just the fan. No, it's on. You go there and show them how to set the thermostat, and everybody's happy. But it's an excellent idea, but nobody can stand the noise. It's because that's where all your heat's at. So it makes sense to circulate that air near the ceiling when your furnace is running. It makes perfect sense, but nobody wants to listen to it.
Scott says, cool to your channel. Doug Mayer. Hello,
Hey,
Doug.
Doug.
All right. He says, nice to see you guys again. Glad I made the live stream.
We are
It's
too,
been cold up here in Michigan. Been fixing frozen hot water coils.
Good stuff.
Kevin Temple, newbie in the RV world. I've learned so much watching your videos. Thank you.
Well, you gotta be careful. No, I try, Kevin. I try, but
Thank you for watching, Kevin.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
yeah,
I do. I don't know whether the Hillbilly does or not, but I do. Mrs. Hillbilly does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just go watch who you watch on YouTube. There's a lot of bad information out there. Sometimes it's me, but hey, nobody's perfect.
All right. How do you have your 12-volt power set up in your service truck? Maybe a video on it?
Just as simple as running a hot wire and a ground wire from a battery. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Marshall PC Wabash. Howdy, coming in late to the party.
Hey,
Well,
better
Marshall,
late than never.
That's right. That's right. We appreciate you coming to the party. Douglas Mayer, enjoy your videos. My next job is rebuilding a 15-ton chiller.
We enjoy that. Sounds like fun, Doug. Sounds like fun. So you work on big commercial absorption systems also? Didn't you comment that your helper said that when you work on absorption systems, you better have a comfy chair? Wasn't that you? Oh, I thought that was funny. Because, yeah, I do know that, like in big ice houses and stuff, they still use the ammonia, the absorption to refrigerate those things because it's a very economical way to do a large area. Watched a video one time where they built the Hoover Dam and they were having trouble with the rocks falling and killing guys. So they covered the whole hillsides where they were working around the dam with tubes and started pumping ammonia and all the other stuff that's in the ammonia through those pipes and froze this whole hillsides. I thought that was way cool. See what I did there? But so I know that they do that.
Okay.
Let me see here. I actually prepared. I told you I was going to. I bet none of you believe it, did you? I did have an interesting one. It's been a while back, and I did not get a video on it. Circumstances. Sometimes I just can't get videos. But every time I've ever worked on a Lippert leveling system, especially the level up, well, both of them, the hydraulic and electric. If you call Lippert, the first thing the tech will tell you is check your batteries, unhook the camper from shore power, and test your batteries. And if they're not like 13.7, which almost no 12-volt battery is going to be 12.7 or whatever it is, whatever the number they tell you. And you tell them, oh, it's 12.4. You got a bad battery. You need to change the battery. And I couldn't tell you how many customers have been truly upset with me when I do change batteries because Lippert told me to, and it makes no changes. Sometimes, usually what I'll do is give them the opportunity to just go change the battery themselves. I mean, just about anybody can change a battery. And they'll call me and they're just highly upset because that didn't fix nothing. Well, I actually had one a few weeks ago that I went on the job, and the camper had settled, and they tried to re-level it, and the solenoid was just clicking, click, 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 low voltage. And I told the woman, I was like, I said, sounds like your solenoid's bad. I said, but let me do some checking here. I looked at the battery, and it had a date code on it. Battery's like 7 years old. I said, oh. So I got my multimeter out, and I checked power at the solenoid. And of course, we were still plugged into the shore cord, so the converter was charging the battery. So, it was 13.3 or whatever. But you hit the switch. I had her hit the switch, and that battery voltage would go to like 5 volts. It's like, ooh. I went and got a battery, plopped it in there, leveling system, come back to life. Everything worked. Everybody was happy. But I think it was the first time I've ever actually seen a Lippert leveling system not working because the coach battery was bad. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Any of you other guys got experience with that? Does Lippert tell y'all the same thing? I'm sure they do. And we had 40 people in here a while ago.
Yeah, we did.
Really appreciate all y'all.
Yep, we do. Sure do. We appreciate you commenting, saying hello.
Yep.
Because I bet there's probably not 40 people that have said hello.
Nope.
But that's all right.
You can stalk. You can stalk us from the background.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't care.
I used to be a stalker. Did you write the note down? Did you write your note?
No.
What
was it?
What was it?
I don't know.
It was master keys for Elrad.
Oh,
because he wants to see the master keys. Philip wants to know how you can tell if a solenoid is bad.
If you got good voltage on one side and low or no voltage on the other side, when it's energized, it's bad. But you have to make sure it's actually closing, which is kind of hard to do. But you have to make sure you got power coming in on the control wire, and you'll hear it click. If it clicks and you don't have any power, you got good power on one side and nothing on the other one, or low voltage, it's bad. It's just a contactor in there, and after it contactors so many times, it gets burnt places and it won't no longer contactor. That's all it is.
Marshall PC says, snow out your way tonight.
Yes.
Calling for, by the time it's done, they're saying 8 to 12 inches. We'll see.
On top of the 6 inches we
got the other day.
Sunday night, Monday, Sunday night, Monday night.
Monday.
I
don't know. Sometime I was out of work. All right. Frank Peters, hello. AJ, hello. Your friends in the RV. Yep. Is it almost insulting as if we techs don't check all that before we call And then they insist it's the battery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It is very frustrating.
Yeah.
Because 99 times out of 100 is not the battery. It's a problem with their system.
But they're not going to admit
They're
that.
not going to admit
No.
that. Not up front, anyway. They may admit it later, but not up front.
Richard Cosgrove, is it easy to change the mechanical furnace thermostat to electrical battery run one?
You talking about an old thermostat that just has the bimetal strip in it? I don't know, but because any modern battery thermostat's going to have like a half a dozen terminals on the back, and if you're talking about the old 2-wire thermostat, it's only got 2 wires. So I'm not sure where you'd hook it up, but I mean, you may be able to figure it out, or maybe somebody in here can tell you.
Tim had battery issues with the AquaHot, but not level system yet.
Oh, really? On the AquaHot?
Hmm.
Do they draw that much power? Because I know it shows up on the leveling system or the slide rooms just because they draw so much power.
Tony is back if you want to ask that question again.
Oh yeah, Tony. The Chet the other, and maybe we've talked about this. I don't know. But Chet commented on a video the other day that he's involved in a tech group. Is he talking about just like Facebook tech groups, or? And he said that you were part of one of the groups that he was a part of too. Is he just talking about Facebook stuff, or you guys have like a round table? Y'all kick ideas around, or? I was just curious because I didn't know there was things like that.
Dave, hello from.
Did we say hi to AJ from North Carolina?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We didn't say hello to Dave from Snowy Rhode
How about
Island.
Richard Cosgrove?
Yes, we've already talked to Richard. Yes, okay. Yeah, I'm ahead. I'm doing my job.
Okay, you do your job.
Do you get to plow that driveway so your dad can take his walks to the mailbox?
I do.
Yes, he did, and he does.
Yep, Dad likes to walk. He walks that 3 or 4 times a day at least.
Yeah. John Allen says, hello. Thanks for your videos. I carry a cell switch and a high limit switch for my Dometic furnace. I've taken the igniter and burner out just to make sure I could do it while on the road. Jeff
Steele says, I want to know if I ever heard of wood gasification. I'll let us know a good way to run a generator. I've heard of that. Yeah, it looks like it's more trouble than it's worth, to be honest with you, Jeff. It's kind of like the biodiesel, homemade biodiesel, all that stuff just looks like it's more trouble than it's worth.
Tim says up to 30 amps.
Really? On AquaHot? I did not know that. Did you read John? Oh yeah.
Your head.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're doing my job.
How about Dan
Hi,
McDonald?
Dan McDonald from Massachusetts. We're glad to have you. Yes, and Scott erased something. But Marshall's.
No, he said it was retracted.
Yes, the message was retracted.
Retype it, Scott.
Yeah.
We'll be good with it, whatever it is.
Oh, he did right there.
Oh.
All right, we got it. All right, so Marshall wants to know, change to a heat-only Honeywell digital 2-wire. Tapped into a 12-volt supply and one to the thermostat. Worked great in the pop-up.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I would never do that, but apparently Marshall has, and he had success. So.
And Scott says T-stat thing works great with old analog stats, but won't work with new digital units.
0
By the BTDY. I don't know. What does that say?
I don't know.
By the...
We'd have to ask our grandchildren.
Yes, we would. Or we could ask the person who typed it. What does BTSDY stand for? All right. Tim says, if it is a 2-wire thermostat, get a Honeywell 1000 series 2-wire thermostat. Easy peasy.
Okay. I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they had a 2-wire for a household.
Hi, Jordan Rayner. What you been doing over Christmas weekend and what you been doing over New Year's weekend?
Just kind of hanging out, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Jordan Rayner is going crazy on here. Dometic furnace for Richard Cosgrove.
yeah, I don't know the context. That's
Yeah.
uh,
Your friends know it's a group of texts, and we are on a group texting on the phone. If you'd like to be added, I will call a meeting to have you added.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Delete.
There we go.
Let's do it one.
What BTDT? BT. What does that stand for, Scott? We're
BTDT.
old.
I don't know. All right, Jordan. I don't. Jordan. I don't know what's going on, but you gotta leave. you just gotta go, man. I knew how to block you. I would. I'm just being as honest as I can be. You're just spamming me, man.
Answer thanks to you.
Okay, good. There we go. Okay.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right. Don't know who.
And Jordan, if you're on here and you just had some kind of computer problem, I'm sorry, but I banned you for right now. I don't think it bans you forever, but it banned you right now. It's not like 10 messages. They're all the same.
Thoughts on putting a bike rack on an RV bumper carrying e-bikes on it? Total weight about 150 pounds.
Dude, look at how heavy that bumper is. It's like, it's not even, they don't even use fractions to measure that metal. They use gauges. It's really thin. Now they make some hitches that will bolt to the frame that might do you a better job. But yeah, I wouldn't put anything just on the bumper because I've seen so many of those bumpers break off.
Julie, I love it.
She already got one. She don't need two.
Yes, I do.
True on a thin bumper. Yeah, man. Yeah. I've seen so many bumpers broke off. So
Short, your friends RV during the previous live stream. Found the problem after finding the previous owner.
You're not reading it out loud.
I asked you about finding a short.
This is from Doug.
Yeah, Doug Mayer. About finding a short in an RV.
Friends RV.
During a previous live stream. We found the problem after finding the previous owner a new microwave and screwed the mounting plate into a wire.
Thank you, previous owner.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you for the present.
Yeah. Hey, but at least y'all were able to find it.
At least you found it.
Yeah. It might have taken you a while, but you did find it.
Yeah, I've seen previous owners do bad things to campers.
Yeah.
And the new owners get to fight it. Been there, done. Oh,
hello. Thank you, Frank. Sorry, Scott. We're old, okay?
We missed the whole texting on the flip phone thing where all there's shortened things were. Because when we started texting, we had already bought our smartphones, so we don't know all those.
Yeah, whatever they're called.
No, not acronym. What's the word, people?
Yeah, what are they called? What's BTDT? What is that word?
Because for us, we're old. It would be the shorthand. So it'd be shorthand.
Yeah.
So hey, we've been in there for a little over an hour. I think it's about time to go. Really appreciate every one of you that will stop in to chat, or if you just stalked us from the weeds, that's cool too. Hopefully we'll do another one of these in a couple weeks, and we'll let you know on all the social media nonsense. I do send out emails. So if you want to make sure you get notifications when we're doing stuff like this, be sure to go to hillbillyrv.net and sign up for email. I will spam you constantly and sell your email address to the Chinese. What? Okay, I won't do that. But sign up for the email and you'll get notified whenever anything exciting happens. Like this. So,
and what is this? What is this?
It's like this.
He gets mad at me because he says I talk with my hands. Now, who has been talking with his hands?
But she doesn't know hand. She just uses random things, and I don't know.
All right, but it was
Bye,
nice
guys.
talking to y'all. See y'all later. Great to listen. You have a fantastic day too. Great show. Got to finish.
We got to go.
Oh,
Bye.
can you pinto beans? Good job, Vester. All right, bye, guys.